Night before Halloween, it's going to be a busy day for me. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oops. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, my MySpace has new comments. Let's check it out. Yeah. So, hey, Reaper dude. Thanks for absolutely nothing. What? Not only did you not give us any good information, but you got us a shitty grade on our presentation. Next time you agree to an interview, at least know what the heck you're talking about. P.S. I'm taking you off my top 8. What? What? Hey, Bizach. I was going to thank you for the interview you did for us, but you sucked. You didn't know squat. If you ever see me out in public, please don't ever talk to me again. Ever. Thanks, Grim Reaper, for nothing. Kisses, Vanessa. You know, I'll show them. I'll freaking research their topic and I'll get a better grade than them. I'm gonna Google it. Yeah. Unfortunately, throughout my research, I discovered that in the 1960s, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross came up with the cycles that human beings go through during their grieving period. During the period where patients are told, or rather terminally ill patients are told, that they're not going to get better and that they're going to have to come party with me. The cycles aren't pretty. But I feel that in showing you them, you might not be so scared of me anymore. The first step, as you can see, is shock, where reality is no longer theirs. They don't believe that this is real, this can't be happening to them. They refuse it, which brings us into the next step, which is denial.
Why me? Why me? I'm a good person. Why me?
Denial is when the patient normally decides that it can't possibly be them. They have to go through a series of steps that allow them to somehow justify that this is happening to them because it can't be. This isn't their life anymore. This isn't their reality. Which brings us to the third step, which is more likely than not the worst. Anger. Where they turn in on themselves and everything that they believe and everything they hold dear. Sometimes blaming things like God, nature, luck, or even other family members. Because this isn't their life and this can't be happening to them.
This can't be happening to me. Where did I go wrong? I've done everything good. Oh!
The fourth step, or rather the fourth step of the cycle, is called bargaining. This is where they believe that maybe somehow through some sort of behavioral change, they'll be able to prolong their death. Unfortunately, it's not possible. But through their psychology or through their psychoanalysis, they can determine that maybe they can get a few extra years by changing who they are.
I can do so much with just a little bit more time. I can see my grandchildren grow up, my daughter walk down the aisle. Just a little more time. That's all. That's all.
The next step is the most obvious and also the longest. This is grieving. This is where the patient goes into such moods of depression and sadness that it overtakes them and overwhelms them. They're almost always sad. You know, when I first did the interview, I didn't realize how cold I was because not being human, I didn't realize how much sadness you have the capacity to have. Some of these patients showed me better. But now we have my favorite step, which is called acceptance. This is where me, myself, personally, I can help people. They come to know me, they come to accept me, and no longer fear me. This is where everybody realizes that they're coming to my party. Hey, I'm here for you. I understand it hurts, I understand that you're sad, but you don't have to be sad anymore. You're just coming to my party, and you're invited. We're gonna be doing the Macarena. You know you remember it. You know you like it. I even got George Washington up there on a karaoke machine. It's hilarious. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. Grieving doesn't just happen to terminally ill patients, but also family members of those patients. Now the cycles are similar, but not exactly the same. They go through one less step, but they are no less affecting towards that person. You have shock.
Can you believe this? I mean, so soon. Like, this can't happen right now. It was too soon. She was just diagnosed. I mean, are you serious? Like, can you believe it?
Much like the patient, this cycle moves on towards denial.
It's not happening. Please tell me that this is not happening. This isn't real. I mean, I just had to go in there. I had to tell her, like, this isn't real.
During the denial process for the family members, most of the time they use terms like passed away or passing away, rather than accepting the fact that death is a permanent status, dead. Without this acceptance, they won't move on from this stage. But once they do move on, they reach, just like the patient, the worst stage, in my opinion, anger. Anger with themselves, God, nature, even family members, or the world. Because how can no one stop and realize the tragedy that's happening?
What did she do wrong? She didn't do anything wrong. Why? Why is he doing this to her? Why is this happening to her? What did she do? Her beliefs, everything. Come on.
From anger, we come to mourning, which obviously is not the same as a patient. Mourning can last anywhere from weeks, months, even years. And over time, it does the same exact thing as setting forth an intense mood of depression and sadness for the loss of a loved one. From this mourning, we go to recovery. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you what recovery is because recovery comes after time. It's when the wounds have healed. No longer do you feel the same pain when you think about the person that you've lost. Like I said, I can't show you what it is because it does take time. But I promise, all wounds are healed over time. Dear Vanessa and Grace, I hate your stinking guts. What do you think of that? You make me vomit. I don't ever want to be associated with you! Exclamation point. Love, your friend, the Reaper.